After a year or two, or even more abroad, you find that not only have you gained some incredible experience, but you've also fallen in love and gained a partner or spouse from your new home. The two of you have decided to return to Canada, and now comes the fun part. Assuming that your new partner is a foreign national to Canada, you will now need to deal with a complex and potentially confusing Canadian immigration process. In this series, we ask one of Canada's most respected immigration lawyers some of the questions that are often on people's minds. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Marina Sedai. Marina's firm, Sedai Law, is based out of Surrey, BC. She has been practicing immigration law exclusively since 2005 and is a past national chair of the Canadian Bar Association's immigration section. She joins me in this series answering questions about the process of bringing a foreign national partner or spouse back to Canada. Marina, welcome back to our fourth installment in this immigration series.
Thank you for having me back.
So, what happens if a couple wants to come to Canada and then submit an application?
Right. So they have a choice then. There's two processing streams, the outside of Canada stream and the inside of Canada stream. We've mentioned that in previous podcasts, but it's worth recapping here because they might be coming to Canada and once they're here, have really good reason for still applying in the outside of Canada stream. That will make travel a little bit easier if they need to go in and out. Maybe they really want to leave that door out open because they have a parent in the home country that they are concerned about. So it's fine. If they already have an application in the outside of Canada stream and they come to Canada, no problem. If they come to Canada, then they can apply in the outside of Canada stream. That's fine, but they won't have an open work permit in that stream. Or once they get to Canada, they can also have the option of applying in the inside of Canada stream. Now, that is a highly attractive option at times because that can bring with it an open work permit that most people get about 4 months after they've submitted their application and allows the foreign national to work in pretty much any occupation. Now, there's a bit of a trick here, though, a concern that if there's any concerns about the couple's relationship, maybe their evidence is very weak, they haven't been together long, there's some risk of refusal or pushback from an officer. We probably want to use the outside of Canada stream because that stream has the right of appeal in most cases. So that right of appeal belongs to the Canadian sponsor. So that it's an option. Nobody wants to go through an appeal process, but sometimes it's important to have the option. However, if we're not concerned about the likelihood of an appeal being needed, and then the inside of Canada stream that brings with it usually that open work permit might be the way to go. Bearing in mind that it's very difficult and mostly inadvisable for the foreign national to travel outside of Canada during that process. They should wait until they're a permanent resident.
So what happens then if that foreign national spouse wants to enter Canada prior to becoming a permanent resident? Are they able to work?
Right. So, we just touched on that open work permit, but there's other possibilities as well. So it might be that they are using either the outside or the inside of Canada process. At whatever point they enter Canada, they have a job offer, and that job offer from a Canadian employer is amenable to getting a work permit. Not all job offers can result in a work permit. They have to be qualifying job offers. Or there's another very handy possibility, and that is if someone is coming to Canada and they're working for a foreign company, a foreign employer, there's no element in Canada that relates to that work. So there's not a branch office in Canada, there aren't clients in Canada, etc. It's all outside Canada. The person's just online doing work. They're being paid from that outside of Canada source. Then they should, of course, consult a lawyer to be absolutely sure that they're not working illegally. But it's very likely that they don't need a work permit to perform that work. So we refer to that as remote work. So they might be able to do remote work. They might be able to get the open work permit if they apply through that inside of Canada process, or they might be able to get a closed employer-specific work permit because they have a qualifying job offer. And getting those permits, some foreign nationals can apply for the work permit at the port of entry upon arrival. Some have to apply through a visa office or processing office, in which case they might have a little more of a wait ahead of them.
Right. Marina, once again, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. If your questions are a bit more specific or perhaps complex, Sedai Law would love to hear from you. They're there to help. Make sure that you mention that you watched this episode. Their contact info is in the description. This is a series about immigration and is published every Thursday. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any episodes. Until next time.